good time.
One thing that we always do
I mean,
is at the end of the day, we got to have a good time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're going to enjoy ourselves. You're going to have the peace. Like, I mean, this is what it is, right?
Right.
Richie? What's up, everyone? This is your boy, the rapper, turned actor, turned pastor, turned, please, don't throw a brother in a box, Eddie Mo. I am here with the lovely, the brilliant, the beautiful, the breathtaking. Happy Valentine. I'm getting my Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you caking.
that's
Already,
so
you know,
sweet.
ready right now.
Man.
Like, hey, we here. The breathtaking. Oh man, the just amazing Rachie McFlizzy in the building today.
that's so
Welcome to
sweet.
the Royal Podcast, everyone.
Yes.
How you feeling, Rach?
Great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I'm
Wonderful.
doing great. I'm
Wonderful.
excited. Man, we are here.
I know. I'm pretty excited too because you're about to say something really cool. We have who?
Yes, we
good-
are here, man. We have a special guest.
guest.
We promised you all in our second season that we're going to bring guests, right? I mean, I think we legit, but we become even more legit
Oh,
and
it's
more.
it's better in the community. Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure.
You know, like,
And the lineup that you've brought in is just phenomenal.
Yeah. It
So-
just, it's sensational. I'm excited because we got somebody special
Yeah,
here. We
for
got a
sure,
special
for
guest
sure, for sure.
Here in the building. We got brother Wayne Crowley
Woo! Yeah.
here rocking with us
Yeah.
tonight.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, sir. How you feeling today, Wayne?
Man, I'm feeling great, bro.
Yes.
Feeling great.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for saying yes. Like, y'all don't even know. Like, when I tell you we be going live and we be spontaneous, we be live and we be spontaneous. I hit Wayne up like 3 hours ago and was like, bro, like, we've been talking about getting on.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it. Don't get it
It's
twisted.
been in conversation.
Right. It's been in conversation, but I hit him at like 3 o'clock. Like, hey man, we going on, man. You ready? It's like, hey, I'm ready to rock.
And he's always ready. He's always ready.
Yes, Wayne is always ready. So we're excited. We're going to dive into a lot of different things today, but I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook Live, our Moses Project page. Subscribe. Connect with us. We're doing some really cool things in the community with a host of other leaders in our city. So if you're
That's
interested,
what makes it beautiful, honestly.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's
go
what
ahead.
makes it beautiful is that there's a community of people that have vision, have connectivity, the heart behind it all. They're not just trying to get out here and just do something in the community, but their whole heart is involved in it, and it's just beautiful to just see all the people coming together.
Yes, what I believe everybody can come up.
Yeah.
You know, this whole concept, right?
We're not here long.
We ain't gonna stay here, but this zero sum complex. We got this zero sum complex that's like, man, if I get that I'm taking away from someone else, man. But we gotta destroy that. Like, everybody can come up, everybody can eat, everybody can share. Like, there's something beautiful and brilliant and powerful that happens when we work together and come together and not be like, your gain is my loss. Right. That's not like okay. I'm gonna put a pin there because because the God that we serve is a God that, like, the heavens are for even expanding right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the universe cannot contain the who God is. Like, the universe is ever expanding. Like, we need bigger telescopes, right? As soon as we get a big telescope, we need a bigger one because there's more out there. And I believe that for us, it's like, as we are children of the Lord, we are 3 minutes in this show and we already telling you about the greatness of the Lord.
Hey, take them there.
Take them.
Take them there.
Right, I'm excited. So God is good, man. I hope our goal is to bring hope in a hostile world. Listen, I get it. I know today might have been a difficult, challenging, tumultuous day for you, but I pray that through this podcast we could just bring you some hope, bring you some encouragement, and let you know how much God loves you, how much we love you. And how important and valuable you are. So we got some great things happening here. We are getting ready for the event of the year.
Whoa.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they've been talking about like we need to go ahead and make it official that we cancel Monday.
Yeah.
Like no school Monday. I know it's been some school days,
for
but
some it's because of the Super Bowl. For others, it's because of Taylor Swift.
Wow. That's true.
Where are you?
Yeah.
You know, but there you go. The sports fanatics here are like, it's all about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's all
Who
about.
you got?
Right.
My team's out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Wayne?
Well, my team wasn't in it in the first place, but I would love to see. I really like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he legit.
I've noticed some things off the field that I really respect about who he represents as a man.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
You know, I would like to see him grab one more and challenge that GOAT and truly enter that GOAT conversation.
Wow.
You know, to enter that GOAT conversation is it's honoring.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, he win this one. He is definitely. Yeah, he's in that. He's getting in that conversation.
Yeah.
Quick. Yeah. Shout out to Cheryl C. Chris. Woo! Yeah, I know we praising early. What
up, Auntie Cheryl?
What's up, Eric Morris? Yes, sir. Glad you all are tuned in. Yeah, he is definitely making an argument early. He's not even 30 yet, and I'm with you. I wanted Detroit and Baltimore.
Yes. That would have been
to go to the Super Bowl, and both of them lost. So, but yeah, I'm actually more. I'm ready for some wings. I'm ready for the spread. I mean, if I'm being honest, like the Super Bowl spread is what I be like.
Yeah.
My team, you know, I used to be a 49er fan, actually.
You used to be a 49ers fan.
Yeah, I used to be a 49er fan.
What happened?
I still like the 49ers, but I lived in Tennessee so long, I was just like...
Converted.
Come on, you know, just be a hometown fan.
Right. Be a supporter.
You know, I've never been to San Francisco before. You know, I love Dion. Dion was my dude. Still love Dion, right? Yeah. What about you that makes you think? I love Dion. Be having them quotes. Right?
He be
what about me that makes you think that I care about what you think about me? Shout out to Dion. But my team's not in it, and so I'm just I'm enjoying the halftime show, the festivities, and may it be a good game.
It should be a great game. It should be an amazing game.
Yeah, at the end of the day. So, what's your favorite Super Bowl dish? Do you have one?
Probably meatballs.
Okay, all right.
I'm probably, you know.
Yeah. You know, I really want to get into making. You cook a little bit, Wayne.
Yeah.
I really want to get into making a good sauce. Like a wing sauce.
Okay.
A wing sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like a custom, like a homemade wing sauce.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me right there.
That's
all
me. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, here you. I mean.
So.
You got to learn from some folks. They're gonna maybe teach you. You know, it was great because Detroit's not in the Super Bowl. My brother's gig is up, and so my brother is a great chef, and I'm really interested to see what he prepares for this Super Bowl party. I always think it's really cool when chefs and artists kind of fuse, you know, some things together to make something really creative and fun. So taking culinary arts to like a whole nother level can be so cool to see just different things. What we got?
Kelly said y'all making me hungry.
Okay.
Well, come on. Hey.
I mean,
Kelly, I feel you. right. You know.
Jonathan Hardison makes a great wing sauce.
Nice.
Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out to Big Bro.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. I love it. So.
Do you like a tangy or a sweet? Like what?
I more so go unseasoned with the with sauce. No, I go sauceless. But I dabbled last Super Bowl. I made this homemade Greek sauce.
Ooh.
Oh.
And it was great on everything.
Wow.
I put it on my Philly cheesesteak.
Wow.
I put it on
Okay.
my nachos.
Okay.
I was dipping my wings in
Okay.
it, man. It was it goes great on everything.
Wow.
So
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. So, yeah. So we'll hopefully it's a good game, and hopefully we eat
You
good.
can,
Right?
apparently, everyone.
Right.
We don't do anything else.
Right.
Yeah,
You'll
that
get some
part.
flats. Right.
Yeah, sleep by halftime. Sleep by halftime, man.
Knocked out like who won? Who won? Somebody said they enjoy the commercials. I forgot about the
yeah.
commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Some
yes.
solid.
Always
Some are
good.
some very thought-provoking commercials making. There
I feel like the commercials haven't been as good as they like used to be back in the day. Is that me?
No,
Or,
they aren't.
yeah, I feel like, or maybe I'm
Okay.
just you get older and you're like, I've seen more in life.
Okay.
I ain't entertained by that.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but yeah, the commercials definitely the event of the year for many. Football is runs America, and yeah, so it's great. And then we have Valentine's Day right on the
Yeah.
heels of it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you know,
Remembering to love people around you.
yeah, you know, one of the things that we are encouraging people to do,
Yeah.
and we invite you, is to actually find those that may be widows
Yeah.
or widowers, and
Yeah.
encourage them in this season. You
For
know,
sure.
like there may be people around us that might not have their loved one around.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
so we're starting. Last year we began to do something called a widow's mite, just a play on words. You know,
Yeah.
of honoring the widows and what they give and what they offer. And
Right.
I know that many of them are lonely in this season, or it might be just a reminder of
Sure,
things.
sure.
So even if you're watching and you are a widow or a
Yeah.
widower, you know, we
Yeah.
just encourage. We see you. We
Yes.
we acknowledge you.
Yes.
God sees you.
Yes.
You know, in this season.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so
You're so loved.
yeah.
You're
So,
so loved.
look forward to, and I say that I want to make sure I'm honoring my own own
Right,
mom and
right.
my own people
Right.
that are closer.
Right.
Sometimes we can really the life gets busy, you
Yeah.
know, and sometimes we could just miss
Yeah.
the most important people in our lives, or the people that, God's like, hey, I need you to slow down and acknowledge people.
Right,
So with
right.
that, we're starting something called Conversations and Chocolate, you know. It was Jerry Seinfeld did this Netflix special. It was called, had a whole bunch of C's, driving in cars while drinking coffee, and I don't know, I can't remember,
Yeah.
but nevertheless, conversations around chocolate. Many times, widows don't want much; they just want somebody to talk to and hang out with.
Yeah,
So,
and maybe as Miss Wanda has said, to change a light bulb or do something simple. And so you forgot that part. Yeah, well that's the thing. I mean,
On
no,
purpose.
seriously, because the reality is.
all right, Mom, I'll be over there, man. Change that light bulb. Get the air filter.
Get the
It does it, yeah. The air filters. If we can just think about how we can be helpful to someone as well, we have the conversations, but also doing a little practical things. Sometimes it really doesn't take much. You're thinking, oh my goodness, this wasn't like a big deal, but for someone else it may be huge. So
Absolutely.
just really thinking about others that in this season, especially when. In high school for me, those of us who didn't have someone, it was Single Awareness Day. So it was like, we all got together and, Valentine's Day, people go out and, just
Wait,
have fun.
what?
Yeah, Single Awareness Day.
Really?
Happy, sad. Yeah, but that, high school, we love it,
I've never.
So-
That's new to us.
Yes.
That's new.
Brand new information. Must be a Michigan thing, right? All my Michiganders out there.
I don't know that it's a whole Michiganian thing.
Michiganian.
I mean, you could do both, but I'm just saying, I don't think that I wouldn't coin that to all the men folks out there. But I am saying,
Yeah. And even,
take care of your peeps.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
just loving people, man. Sometimes, and I know everything's commercialized.
It
it's
does,
just
yeah.
kind of money, we got holidays after every year.
Yeah.
That's intentional. We know, just in many ways to get us to spend money.
Yeah.
But we gonna figure out what we doing. I don't know what I'm doing about it. Any advice? Hey, let's open the floor up. We don't have anything planned for Valentine's Day, if I'm being honest. What should we do? Anyway, let us know in the comment section.
Yikes, bro! You don't have
But-
anything.
Well, I mean, just honestly, you guys
Yes,
are
right.
always working. Like y'all are always working. So Man, maybe just something smooth, intimate,
There you go.
and just
chill.
that chill moment, indoor
Yeah.
picnic.
Yeah.
Indoor picnic.
Nice.
Smooth jazz on, or some old school 90s R&B.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
Put a little Joe on, right?
Yeah, put a little Joe on.
Little McKnight on,
Little
right?
Maxwell.
Maxwell, Little John Legend.
I'm a Jodeci fan, bro.
Okay.
I'm going Jodeci,
Ooh,
man.
I'm ready
He
to-
wasn't about to. He
Jodeci
wasn't about
and
to do it.
Silk. I'm Jodeci and Silk.
I'm ready to
yeah.
sing, y'all. Man, y'all, I don't know if y'all
Mic
ready
check.
to hear me sing. I'm not gonna do that.
But yeah,
English. We don't want that again.
But yes, you're exactly right, man. You know, I'm glad that you said that, Wayne. One of our first dates, right? Our first date was at Panera Bread.
Yeah.
And then I think our second date was a
Yeah,
picnic.
Yeah.
At a,
Yeah.
It was a picnic, and we had like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah,
so,
he brought me a peanut butter and jelly
so
sandwich.
you're right on point, bro.
Yeah.
You speak
Single.
in the language.
Yeah,
you were
well,
speaking
hey,
the
for
language.
young, that's filet mignon.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I know.
That's
I
filet
know,
mignon.
right?
So
Right?
so yeah. So,
Yeah,
Right?
I used to always say, you know, I wanted a down to earth lady,
Yeah.
right? And I had to test it. This is not good advice. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now.
What is
Disclaimer.
happening right now?
This is not good advice. But I wanted to like take her. And this was what it was. Rachel loves Panera Bread, and that was intentional.
It's
like,
okay because it's my office too.
and I didn't even do this with. I didn't even do
It's
this.
alright. It's alright. Go ahead. Yeah.
I didn't do this with you, but when I was young and
yeah.
ignorant, or
Okay.
I used to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drive a beat up vehicle, and I'm gonna go and take her to just a fast food joint
Yeah.
and see how she act. And see if she really, like, if she a ride or die. Like,
Yeah.
first time,
Yeah.
like manual, like, hey, let's see how she respond. Not good advice, y'all, but that was my mindset back in the day. You know, you want to cherish women and make them feel amazing because they are amazing.
Well, this is the thing. Let me
go
interject.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
I don't mean to combat, but you know me. I'm always gonna challenge. See, one of the moves is understanding that. All right, if we gonna form something, I
Yeah.
want to form something based on realism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want my realism to be something that we gonna exercise every day.
Yeah,
So
for
what am
sure.
I gonna exercise every day? I'm gonna exercise and entertain your personality,
yeah.
your likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
You know, what are your boiling points?
Right,
What are your
right.
go-tos? What are your breakthroughs? What dreams and ambitions do you have? And a lot of times, the expense, the cost, and the display of you know, high priced dates can mask all of that.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
yo, we going to get coffee, shawty.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to get coffee
Yeah.
and we strip down to the bare minimums because I want to see what you like. I want to see what
Right.
interests you, and I
Right.
want to see, are we equally yoked?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
right.
so you know,
Yeah.
just in the
Yeah,
beginning.
right.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, absolutely.
and then
absolutely.
and plus they boycotting Cheesecake Factory. They boycotting, man. If it's on that list, they ain't going.
There you go.
That's
right.
what they say. But
Right, yeah. So yeah, definitely. Dating. You know, I think it's having the discernment. I think sometimes we are so and we have to get out of that. Like I think that's a piece of it. Yeah, attraction, physical attraction has to be there.
Yeah.
But mental attraction.
Yeah.
Has to be there, emotional stability,
Yeah.
all these things, you know, and even mental and spiritual fortitude to be like, because you're gonna get tried and you're gonna get tested in those in those different avenues where it's like, man, you know what, one thing happened and she ain't, I thought she was the one. You said she was the one yesterday. What happened, bro?
Yeah.
You know, and really quick to, you know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, love those that are out there, you know, and honestly, I don't want to limit it to like a marriage, you know, but, you know, just loving, like, God is of love, right? And how can we love those that are close to us, around us, our parents, our cousins, our nieces, our aunts and uncles, and, you know, our coworkers, you know, just, you know, there's different types of love,
Neighbors,
you know, your neighbor, right? You know,
Yeah.
so and being able to extend, being able to love yourself.
Oh, okay.
Hey, on God.
Okay.
On God.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We gotta love ourselves.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and get here in this conversation. Like, Wayne, man, Wayne has been instrumental. As you all know, we planted a church about 10 months ago, and it's been amazing. Wayne has been a brother in the faith who has just locked arms with us and allowed us to continue to build and create this healthy community, man. We're just so excited for what God is doing with us together, how we are being able just to be conduits and agents of the Lord to share hope and to share love, you know. And one of our big things, we have a men's ministry that we meet every Saturday. You know, we talked about like, man, we're being consistent and steady and just seeing healthy community rise up. And man, it's just been a pleasure to allow to see what God is doing when we just say yes, you know, and to see the people that are starting to come and just starting to be encouraged, disciple, in all of these different aspects. And you know, one of the things that's big on your heart is really just being your best self, like self improvement. You know, no matter the season and the things that's going on. So you know, just as we were talking about, like, man, loving ourselves. Man, talk a little bit about what that looks like. You know, like when we got things happening. Maybe people talking crazy, maybe, you know, our own insecurities, maybe all these different things. But to truly, like, you know, love ourselves. Like sometimes we miss that, right? Like God says to love our neighbor as you love yourself, right? But sometimes that just goes by. So, Wayne, I'll give you the floor, man. Just kind of share what that looks like right now.
Just one thing that I had to understand was every season is a season for preparation. So what I had to learn is when I'm up, it's to prepare, put back, to save, to invest, to kind of, make sure I'm adding to, because eventually, you know, things are gonna turn around sometimes. You're gonna be tested. God is gonna allow a test to come your way. And you have to consistently remind yourself, you know, hey man, you know, this too shall pass. You know, I may be walking through the valley now, but I'm going to get through. And not only am I gonna get through it, I'm gonna grow through it. So just for me, I had to be mindful of, first of all, I had to learn myself. I thought I knew myself, but in all actuality, I didn't. You know, I was told so many times that you're gonna be this and you're gonna be that, in both positive and negative aspects. So kind of how you chop it up, you know, they was putting a brother in the box, and you know, just one thing changed my life when it came to me learning me, accepting me, acknowledging me, was when we was chopping it up with Leroy. You know, shout out to Leroy Hyder. Look him up on YouTube. Great musician, legend, great motivational speaker. Just a great guy all around. Man of many words, but when he speaks, his words are impactful. Love the brother. He told us one day during the men's meeting, he said, all the gifts that you have aren't yours. They're God. God gave you those gifts to bring back to him. So, you know, I was one of those people who felt a lot of insecurity because, you know, I can do a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? I can you know, I can rap, I can sing a little bit. I ain't no Rachie McFly, but you know what I'm saying. But you know, I can speak, I can write poetry. You know, I have very caring hands. I have a loving heart. I can think on the fly. You know, I had all of these things. I'm good with numbers. You know, I had all of these things that I was just like, man, I can go in any direction, you know, and I wanted to, like, okay, I got to focus on this. I got to focus on that. But no, man, God was like, no, bro, like, I gave you all these gifts for a reason. I didn't give you these gifts for you to pick which ones you wanted to use and bury the rest or access them, you know, when you have no other choice. But I gave you all of these gifts for you to bring back and utilize them to exalt me. And then you in all your gifts, all the things that you are gifted in, you will draw men unto me. You would draw people unto me. So that was one thing. I was like, yo, like I can't limit myself. I don't care if hey, young blood, what about this? Have you thought about that? And you know, we have those moments where it's just be like, yo, like Wayne is all over the place and young blood all over the place. Like our conversations be all over the place. We'll go from a clothing drive at the garden. You know, shout out to Janae Armstrong, Nerdy Boy Clothing.
Let's go.
To thinking about a mosaic food pantry.
Right. And even the first Friday, we had that conversation of creating like the worship night or the worship and unity around those first Fridays. Just man, it's crazy how things can just spark from a conversation, right? And just creating those spaces, man. So that's so good, man. Like using your gifts, right? Understanding like I'm not here to hoard. This is living life with an
how can I give it back? Because honestly, what you do is going to encourage someone else, because the insecurities that you're trying to run through, that you're trying to fight through, that you're trying to push through, there's somebody watching you that may be dealing with the same things. So you may serve as an encouragement for somebody to spark that to spark that jump, to just jump and just step out there and pursue their dream, and pursue what God has truly called them to do.
That's so good. It's
great. It's great.
And find, man, sometimes that can be challenging to overcome that. Like, sometimes we have so many negative voices that and traumatic voices that can hinder us, and maybe not beating ourselves up, when we do have rough days, understanding that it is a process, that we get better. We do go from faith to faith. Many times we think life is like this linear line of like, every day but it's not, we have this abstract way of how life works. Overall we are better than we were, but it sometimes might not look like it, and and different things like that. So man, I love what you're saying of just understanding like how much like God has entrusted us. He's called us joint heirs. He's called us ministers of reconciliation. He's calling us ambassadors. We represent the kingdom, and what an honor that is, and a privilege, and also a weight and a responsibility to walk that out. Not in a convicting way. Not like God's like, that's not. Sometimes we got this false idea, that God's ready to strike us down, when God's like, you are my son. You are my daughter. I love you.
He placed on us those royal qualities and royal descriptions. So ambassador, those are to be reverenced, to a certain degree. And another thing about God, even though when we aren't perfect, God is still preparing us to perform and preparing us to complete his plan. Prime example, look at Jacob and Esau. You know what I'm saying? Jacob, stole his brother's birthright, flat out. God still elevated Jacob's lineage to forming the 12 tribes of Israel. Even in the midst of him stealing that birthright from his brother. And then Jacob possessed all of these insecurities, dealing with his, seeing his brother again, and to the point where he was sending him just gifts after gifts after gifts before him, and then when he finally showed up, hoping that like, yo, bro, like I hope he got the donkeys, I hope he got the, I hope he got all of this, I hope he got the camels, I hope he got the bulls, I hope he got the cattle, and the bro was like, yo, hey bro, come here, man, like I miss you, dog, like why you send me all this stuff, man, like just pull up on me, cuz
right. So good, bro.
And like that's the beauty in God. And another thing like you were hitting on is, man, we have to attack every sector of reachability. not just be limited to just the church.
Right.
You know, not just be limited to Saturday morning at the men's outreach and the women outreach that Rachel is popping off. Very beautiful, very successful women's outreach Saturday morning.
Yes.
What time do y'all meet, Rachel?
9
a.m.
Yep.
9 a.m.
Right on. You're doing a great job, Rach.
But yeah, just as far as just the ability of like, I operate in these sectors. Let me bring God with me.
Sure.
That's so good.
You know, let me bring God with me.
It's like, honestly, we are probably even especially now in 2024, how much time do we actually spend in a church, like a building?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what, 4 hours?
Yeah.
8, you know.
Lucky
you know,
4.
You're doing, right.
Lucky 4.
Honestly, you know, a week, if that.
Yeah.
But we are spending 40, 50, 60 hours out. Like, you know, we've insulated. We've become this come and see. That's what I'm like.
And the thing is that you
like,
can't
no, we have to be
quarantine God though. Like, I mean, the thing is, He's everywhere still, regardless of whether we realize and acknowledge that. And so, to Wayne's point of just having our minds renewed and knowing that, you know, He's right here. He'll be right close with us. He knows all about, you know, our whereabouts. Our, you know, He cares about us. There's something that we have done where we think we have this power of just like pushing everything and everyone out. But I mean, God's like, but not me. Because I created you. I've designed you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by me. You know, it's just, there's something so beautiful about, in the fact that He's waiting on us, you know, to just, I mean, He's giving chance and opportunity after opportunity for people to just know Him and just see Him.
And that's so good, you know. So I would love for us to spend just as much energy. Sometimes we can spend a lot of energy on Sunday and be like, oh, we did Sunday. We did a Sunday. Like, man, that should be not the best analogy. Because no analogy is perfect, but kind of like the gas station, right? We come to church, we fill up, and we are able to go out. But understanding, like, man, we can be that light outside. You know, it's not like, oh man, Saturday night and then Sunday I got to be a different person. This whole Gnostic type of view or standpoint, but really just embracing like who we are in the different spheres and sectors that we walk and that we live in. So I love that. That's so good.
That flows into true worship.
You
know, that true worship, that true bowing down of myself and picking up His will and his love and His display. And so you know, I found myself and I had to be mindful because I was that type of person, like, like, I'm gonna sing on Sunday, I'm gonna be in the choir, I'm gonna hop, I'm gonna do everything, I'm gonna worship, but then when I swerve out, man, we bumping Pastor Troy, we bumping, you know, Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, you know, I'm bumping the old school 3rd Street Ballers, you know, but then I had to say, you know, like, like, hey, hold on, am I carrying more of culture or am I carrying more of Christ?
Oh wow.
So I had to check myself and be like, like, hold on, I have to consistently stay in His presence. If I'm going to display His love and everywhere I go, I have to consistently stay in His presence. So part of my self-improvement journey that worked for me was I'm listening to, you know, motivational videos on YouTube while I'm going to work and coming home from work, and you know I'm you know, listening to sermons in different venues of Him while I'm at home. A lot of gospel music, love the gospel music. You know, I'm tapping into that, and it's kind of like Dwayne told us you know, he noticed a difference in the atmosphere of his family. When he would wake up in the morning and he would listen to praise and worship music and cleaning up and just singing, and he noticed that it, you know, to see as a husband, as a father, as a head of a household, to see his family seeing him worship, it poured something more into them to make them like, yo, Daddy, hey, yesterday you had it rocking with the gospel. Can you put it on today?
Yeah.
Like,
Wow,
what's up? Like, we ready to praise.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope.
So
And there's like statistics that talk about when the man leads, like when the man begins to come to church, like the percentage and how the family follows. You're laughing at my stats. No, these aren't my stats.
No, oh yes.
But it's like,
no, it's real.
if a kid
real.
goes to church, like 20% of the family will come to church.
Yeah.
If the woman goes to church, 40% will. But if the dad, if the husband leads his family to the Lord, like everybody's like, the script, you and your household shall be saved. When you touched on some things, man, of really, did you have something, Rachel? I didn't mean to cut you
That's
off.
okay, go ahead.
You touched on something, man, about really understanding, the passage in 2 Chronicles talks about understanding the times and knowing what to do. We are in a season right now where there are people that are there's been church hurt, and there's been spiritual abuse, and there's been a de-churching as in all communities, especially in the Black community. And one of our things is like, many times we are quick to have an evangelist and a baptizer. Like, get right with Jesus. Jesus, even God loves you. Why aren't you, why aren't you coming to church? And it's time to get baptized and live right. But honestly, I don't think our people are fully there yet. There is something that I was looking at. I was like, we need I believe a community, a spiritual community needs a healer, a prophet that speaks hope, a healer that helps listen to the stories of people, and helps people to walk through that. There's been such a kind of like this polarization between a pastor and a therapist, or a counselor, or like right now we're finally getting to the place where it's like, yes, it's okay to have a therapist, you're not less saved.
No.
If you have a counselor, you have someone that's helping you. Like, for long as like, just pray about it and
pray about it. And God gonna reveal.
And now we're like, no, it's both and like, So like that healer is those counselors, those therapists, those pastors that actually shepherd, right? There's a difference between being a pastor and being a preacher. You can get up there and speak, but which is great and good and inspiring, but we need people that are actually going to walk with people and shepherd them, or I won't even say shepherd, I would say lead sheep them, because we're sheep, we're sheep. We're just as dirty and navigating and walking those things out. God's just given us a mandate of leadership in that process, but Jesus is the good shepherd, right? And then we can move to, like, once we hear and we listen and we allow people to have a space, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm sorry that happened to you, and really take it and repent and own, like, hey, the church didn't treat you right there, or man, that was actually, or being honest, sometimes we are quick to throw things on the church that actually wasn't the church. It was somebody trying to keep you accountable and help you process and walk through a season, and we got offended. So it's both of those, but then there are spiritual abuse, there is church hurt. Those are real things as well. And sometimes we're too quick. We're jumping the gun to get people in church and get people right, instead of like, hey, what's going on? Tell me your experience with church. Tell me why you went to church as a teenager and a young adult. What happened? Why aren't you? What's going on? And having that, and then moving to a prophet of speaking words of life and speaking hope, and then to the evangelist and the baptizer that says, hey, this is old things have passed away. Behold, you are a new creation now. Right? And it's not like A to Z. It's not that quick. Sometimes it's a journey, man.
So God does the drawing. He draws people unto himself. And I think sometimes when we get in the way of trying to draw people, if that feeling of like the pushing and the pressure and so forth can really be very confusing. People who are so zealous and they just genuinely want so badly for people to just taste and see and know that he is good. It's beautiful. But we just always have to have the reset and knowing that God is the one that's really gathering people and really allowing them to come to him, and he's meeting them in those places and the time frame, and we don't have to say, well, you should have hurried up and already been here, but really just being walking in the fruit of the Spirit, having patience with people, really so just waiting on the Lord. I know that's a challenging place for many of us to be, but I think it's the best place to be. I think he wants us to be obedient to him and follow what he says, and this is what he says in his scripture. To wait on the Lord. So
I think a big factor is establishing a well-rounded Christian community.
Right.
And just kind of having the ability to say, hey, I can't reach this particular sector of people. This is not my forte. Hey, let me send somebody who has a little bit more patience, who can listen, who can go in the streets, in the different places, and allow people to dump is what I call it. A dump. Hey, what's going on? What happened? Man, when I was da 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 da. Let them dump. Let them express themselves. And how it comes out, it comes out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, for some reason, we tend to have this formality that this is what being a Christian looks like. It has to look like this. The pastor can't have locks. The pastor can't preach with a hoodie. Wayne can't come to church with Jordans on and give an inspiring message. And we get lost. We lose people because the world, and I don't want to say the church. I'm going to say the world has a tendency. I ain't even going to say a tendency. It's done on purpose. Let me separate Christ from the community. So if I can take Christ or the community and pull them further away from Christ by telling them you can't be who you are and still serve Christ, you have to separate yourself from the church. When truth and actuality, Christ wants you as who he created you to be. You don't have to be you don't have to be MLK. You can be. You can be a servant. You can be a doorkeeper. You can be. I mean, there are so many. God has room for us all. Right. Even when they were opening up the camps, and they were sending the different representatives for the tribe to stand guard and do this and do that. He told the Levites to just guard the tabernacle. Bro, I don't even want y'all sowing seeds. I don't want y'all growing. I don't want y'all raising any livestock. And then when they came to bring their sacrifices, to the tabernacle, he told them, hey, bro, get up to the Levites. Get those wagons to the Levites. Give that grain. Give that cattle. Give that. We all want to. We have a tendency to expect Christianity to look a certain way. And the truth of the matter is it don't, man. I got tattoos all over. My heart is second to none. Your heart is second to none. Young's heart is second to none.
And that's the whole idea of you got to get fixed before you come into the four walls of the church. And when God is like, no, like there's a piece of you that just needs, and it's a new creation, but it's so much different, right? We've turned it to look like something that it's not, right? So things that that matter to God. God cares about us being saved or being, destroying the works of sin in our lives, right? But everything that we do, like the clothes that we wear, those are not sinful, right? The hat that I wear and that's not these things aren't sinful, right? Hooping and playing, these things aren't. But and that's the work of the enemy that wants to, makes Jesus and make God seem boring and old and antique and all these things, when God is like, man, I can be that, and I'm the freshest thing, right? I'm as fresh. I am the creator. Yeah,
and also this the division within self. And when you talk about this self-love, it's like how's the church loving one another? How is that really happening? Because the fact of the matter is, when we have these common grounds, we have the way that God is asking us to walk in, and it's His truth in His life, and so when we walk with Him, that is our commonality. When we start, making these other things our separations and so forth, it really doesn't give Him that glory that He's drawing us all in unity together to give Him all the praise and all the glory and honor. And it can be done cross generations. It can be done cross ethnicities. It can be done, because He's the one that's saying so. There will be these tongues of people that are speaking to Him, these nations that are represented, just singing God's praise. And so I do believe they're happening now. Like, people are of all nations are saying that God is who He is, because they have received Him. There are people of all ethnicities that are saying that God is the great I am. He says, I am. It's happening, and it'll continue to happen forevermore. Like, his truth was set, and he will continue to be true always. He'll continue to get the praise always, and it's offered to all. He's offering Himself to everyone.
It's so good, so good, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Royal Podcast. We are bringing hope in a hostile world. Wayne, it has been a treat. We honestly, we got to have you back. For sure. We got to have you back. We didn't even touch the surface on some other things, but it's beautiful to see what God, how God leads our conversations. And I believe what was shared today was right on time. I pray that you all are encouraged, in this season. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, may you know that the grace of the Lord is able to shower us and give us a peace that surpasses understanding, give us a joy that's incomprehensible, and give us everything that we need for life and for godliness. So, man, so thankful to have you on with us on such spontaneous, short notice. Man, you are, you're a man of God. You're a great father. You're a great leader, man. And it's just, I'm honored to be able to see all that God is doing in your life, man. And, may you continue just to surrender it to Him and allow Him to lead and order your steps, bro.
So you have always been a big influence on me, bro. And love you with all my heart, man. And back since 97. 1997.
Right, we ain't go back, right? Throwback. We go back since the 8th grade, So
that's really cool.
Absolutely, we'll talk more about maybe some high school days and just have a throwback day, man, and just we can't stay anyway. Listen, y'all, we hope you enjoyed this show today. If you're interested in partnering with us, go to mosesproject.com. We make this happen because of your support. So if you're interested in sowing seed or just giving to Moses Project, be sure to go to our website. You can give as low as $5 a month so that we can continue to bring you life and bring you hope in this time. So we are brought to you by Legacy Coffee. Be sure to check out Legacy Coffee in the Neapolis area between Columbia and Spring Hill, along with Hope's Bridge Ministry. They are at the forefront of bringing alternative foster care to those in our community. So we're so thankful. And if you don't have a church home, since we mosaic right here, if you don't have a church home and you're looking for hey, it's that time to come on back to the crib, come on back home. We also meet at Legacy Coffee on Sundays at 10 o'clock. So we welcome you to worship with us and to connect with us as we are building a good and healthy community. So we're so excited for that. So with no further ado, I'm your boy Eddie Mo. This is the lovely Rachie McFlizzy and the homie Wayne. God bless you all. Y'all have a good night. Deuces.
Peace.